Welcome to Agenda Edina, a news program summarizing the actions taken at City Hall that affect you most. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty. A new housing development is being considered for the corner of Valley View Road and Kellogg Boulevard. They say it offers a sans souci style of living, which is a French phrase meaning without worries or carefree. Noonan Construction recently asked the City Council for feedback on their ideas for redeveloping the northwest corner of the intersection. The project includes land owned by the Housing and Redevelopment Authority and the adjoining properties of 6120, 6116, and 6112 Kellogg. Ed and Adriana Noonan proposed building a two-story office and retail building with 5 affordable housing units on the HRA land and 8 two-story row houses, similar to the recently completed brownstones on France.
I think an advantage would be getting some land away from just the coffers of the city. Put it back on the tax roll here. We've got a parcel on the end here. I think the city has owned for maybe up towards 10 years. That's been off the tax roll. We got the Edina Housing Foundation that's owned a lot here, kind of waiting for an adjoining development to happen. So I think it's really the right chance, the right opportunity here.
Council members gave non-binding feedback on the proposed development. Should Noonan Construction decide to move forward, the company would need to negotiate with the HRA for its land and apply for a comprehensive plan amendment and rezoning. A 2-year process for shaping the vision of the city for the next 20 years will be led by Beco Associates. William Smith of Beco Associates will lead the effort to update the city's comprehensive plan. The document covers planning strategies involving transportation, water resources, parks, housing, and land use. In practice, the plan is used to guide development, prepare for changes in the community, such as increased traffic, and give an outline of how to address other factors that may have an impact on people, businesses, and quality of life. It's also used as a basis for developing programs and directing where to spend tax dollars.
It has significant impact on the land use process, everything that I do. When we get development proposals in, the first document that I go to is the comprehensive plan. What does the comprehensive plan say for development of that particular site? So it really is the vision that we first go to with any development project.
The Metropolitan Council requires cities to update their comprehensive plan every 10 years. The 2018 plan will be an update of the 2008 plan and build off of Vision Edina, a strategic planning process in 2015 that involved extensive public comment. The City of Edina's chief building official was recently named the 2016 Code Official of the Year by one of the state's top building official organizations. David Fisher received the prestigious Alvin E. Kleinbeck Award from the Association of Minnesota Building Officials, also known as AMBO. AMBO is the state chapter of the International Code Council. Edina TV's Dietrich Nissen spoke with Fisher and has more on what this award means to him and what he's contributed to the industry.
So if we're doing our job right,
you never hear about you.
That's right.
David Fisher's career in building inspection could have easily never happened.
I have to blame that on my wife.
In fact, at first, Fisher had a different type of enforcement in mind.
I actually was going to school to be a police officer when I was a youngster, but I didn't like the instructors had a different disposition in their mannerism, and I just didn't want to be like that when I grew up.
Yet, he still wanted to help keep people safe.
My wife said, well, this is kind of enforcing codes, and you're enforcing stuff. It's kind of, you're outside. Maybe a building inspector job would be great.
In 1987, he began his journey as an intern at Brooklyn Park, which turned into a part-time inspection job with Champlin.
My career path is different than a lot of other building officials because I didn't come out of the trades.
After landing his first full-time job as a housing inspector with Brooklyn Center, Fisher spent 27 years between there and Maplewood before joining the city of Edina, where he's about to reach his 3rd-year anniversary.
When you don't hear people dying in buildings, and if that means the building department's probably doing their job.
He has also served as the chair of AMBO, the Association of Minnesota Building Officials.
You know, I've been doing it a long time, and I really care about my profession, and so I wanted to give something back to it. And When you're involved, then you kind of have a say of what's happening, and you have some control of the direction of where things are going.
That includes bringing Minnesota's plumbing code up to the internationally recognized standard.
I didn't think we'd ever see that in our lifetime, in my lifetime anyway.
Every city he's been involved in, I should say that he's worked in, he's been very involved in the process of code development.
AMBO's current chair, Tom Bakken, says Fisher deserves the award for consistently promoting industry education.
He cares about the profession and the public safety is what it comes down to. Make sure buildings are built safely, and he's always been passionate about it.
This award's a surprise to me because a lot of the people that got it before me were big educators.
And since education often comes from those with experience, Fisher should fit right in after 30 years of protecting people and getting to do a job he enjoys.
It's never boring, and no building's ever the same. I like working with people to begin with. I mean, that's part of the job I like. And so, so I love what I do.
And for something he hadn't intended to do, it's a feeling that's shown in his work and led to this award. In Edina, Dietrich Nissen, Edina TV.
Although he's no longer in a leadership role, Fisher says he will continue to be involved with AMBO's efforts to attract young people to the profession. Finally, have you seen plastic bags covering fire hydrants this winter? Wonder what's going on? Due to the higher speed of traffic on county roads, salt from the snowplows spreads beyond the roadway, damaging fire hydrants. To prevent salt corrosion, the city's Public Works Department has covered fire hydrants on county plow routes.
The reason why that the clear plastic bags are placed over the fire hydrants is part of the preventative maintenance program. So they are perfectly fine and operational, but we decided to put the plastic bags over them to help with the salt spray that occurs during the winter months that creates corrosion.
The bags will be removed in the spring. Thanks for watching this episode of Agenda Edina. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty.